2 years later, this is still the watch I reach for more than anything else I own. And after living with the Rolex Submariner 124060 for that long, I finally understand why people call this the perfect one watch solution. Let me break down exactly what 2 years of real ownership has taught me, what I love, what to consider before buying, and whether I do it all again. The no date dial, and why I think it's the right call. So this is the no date version. There's no date window, no Cyclops lens at the 3 o'clock position. And without those elements, the dial just feels cleaner and more balanced. Nothing interrupts the symmetry. And after 2 years, that simplicity is exactly why I still love looking at it. My one-word description is that it's balanced. And there's something else that I've grown to appreciate over time. The no date is OG. The original Submariner from 1953 didn't have a date. That came 16 years later in 1969. So in a way, the no date feels like the purest version of the Submariner, exactly how it was originally intended to look, and honestly, that's pretty dope. Now I'm pretty sure you guys have your own opinions on this, and let me know in the comments if you're into the no date or date version. Pick it up and go. This one doesn't get talked about enough, and it's one of my favorite things about owning the no date specifically. The caliber 3230 has a 70-hour power reserve and is a superlative chronometer, Rolex's highest accuracy certification. Once you set it, it stays set, but even if you put it down for a couple of days and need to give it a wind, there's no date to set, no AM or PM to figure out, no complications. Just set the time and you're done. Literally pick it up and go. You're out the door in 10 seconds. It's sick how simple that is, and it makes me appreciate the no date choice every single time. Brush finishing and durability. Another thing I love is the satin brush finish on Rolex's 904L stainless steel and its durability. The satin brush finishing makes the watch more wearable as it tends to be more forgiving, it hides scratches, and is relatively low maintenance. After 2 years of wear, there's definitely some wear and tear. Take a look at how sharp the case is still, and the overall look is still really solid. Now if you look closely, there are scratches on the case, the bracelet, and you can see that the clasp has had its fair share of desk diving moments. And over time, the satin finish across the bracelet and case picks up micro scratches from daily wear, but everything starts to blend together into this worn monochromatic look. It's evident that this watch has been worn and loved and isn't a safe queen, and I think it looks even better now than it did when it was brand new. The patina and wear adds character in my opinion, and when I eventually get this serviced, I'll make sure to keep it unpolished. Wearability and adaptability. If I had to sum up this watch in one word, it would be effortless. And it's one of the biggest strengths of the Submariner. You can literally wear this watch anywhere, and every single time I reach for it, it just works. It matches everything, and I genuinely cannot think of a single outfit or situation where this watch looks out of place. And day or night, this watch is ready to go. The chroma-light lume on the hands and markers means you can always read the time. The case proportions are also spot on. On my 7-inch wrist, the 41mm case size and 12.5mm thickness is an ideal fit and very comfortable to wear on the wrist. When you put it on, you don't need to think about where you're going, what you'll be doing, or what you're wearing. It just works for all settings, and it's honestly become my default daily wearer because it's just so adaptable. The bracelet and adjustability. The Oyster bracelet is honestly one of the best I've experienced. It has a nice taper to it and sits beautifully on the wrist. What I really love is the Glidelock extension system built into the clasp, which lets you adjust the bracelet in 2mm increments with up to 20mm of play without having to remove any links. Now that might sound minor until you actually live with it and realize how annoying traditional bracelet resizing is. Now you had a big meal? Adjust it. Hot weather and your wrist swells? Adjust it. Long travel day? Adjust it. I think you get the point here. And the adjustability is key. I haven't had to resize this bracelet since the original sizing. It's generally one of the best bracelet systems Rolex has ever made, and I really hope that they incorporate Glidelock to more of their classic and professional models. Now let's go over some things to consider. You're gonna see it on other people. The Submariner is arguably one of the most iconic watches ever made, and that comes with a trade-off. You're gonna see it everywhere. At airports, restaurants, the gym, coffee shops, you name it. That's just the reality of owning the most recognizable watch in the world. And here's the irony. Despite how often you see it, this watch is still incredibly hard to get at retail. Rolex isn't making it easy for you to walk into an AD and walk out with one. So when you see it on someone's wrist, there's a good chance they waited for it, they paid over retail for it, or got lucky. It's everywhere and exclusive at the same time, which is a weird place to be. Now, if you are thinking about acquiring one at retail or have been on a wait list for a period of time, I put together a no BS step-by-step Rolex AD buying guide that might help you acquire the timepiece of your dreams. That link is in the description below, or you can click that above here. And look, the reasons I love this watch has nothing to do with how rare it is. But if exclusivity is important to you, it's worth being honest with yourself about that before you buy. Something else to consider is that there's zero color, and you'll eventually feel it. The black dial, the black bezel, the steel case, that's the whole palette. And that's a trade-off for all that adaptability. You kind of give up some fun. After a stretch of daily wear, there are moments where you may want something a little bit more fun on your wrist. A pop of color, a little bit more personality. It's a minor thing, but it's real. If you rotate watches, you'll never notice it. But if this is your only watch, just know that it's the thing that might creep up on you over time. Now, does the lack of color bother you, or is it a non-issue? Let me know in the comments below. Also, something to note is that in the bright sunlight, both the ceramic bezel and lacquer dial can catch the light and get a little reflective. It draws a little bit more attention than older pre-ceramic subs. Now, it's not a deal breaker, but it's worth knowing if you're after something a little bit more low-key and understated. 2 years in, would I buy this again? Without question. The Submariner No Date 124060 is the perfect one-watch solution. And this was actually the first luxury watch I have ever owned. This is the watch I reach for the most and throw on without thinking, the one that always looks right no matter where I'm going or what I'm wearing. Scratches and all, I'm more into it now than the day I got it. And I think for most of you on the fence or watching, that's exactly what you're looking for. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and I would really appreciate you subscribing and becoming part of the community. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.